folks. I'm Aspen Arrow, and welcome back to RimWorld. After a bit of time away, we have returned, and we are back with the Impids, Mila, Smith, Danny, and the babies to see what we can get done today. We do have 2 AMPs to get made, a dreadful structure to build, and we have just 1 quest left for our relic. We'll see what we get to today. And so first up is a mech cluster. So many things to keep zoned, and you can see that our mechs are joining us right on our doorstep. Is a smoke spewer with a few centipedes, turrets, and a low shield. Low shield will intercept ground projectiles, and we do not have mortars yet. In fact, I generally just skip mortars because I feel like they never hit where I want them to. I realize I should build them, I just don't. So we are seeing the consequences of that action. It will take some time to ponder how to deal with this. Don't want a smoke spewer messing up our growing. We do get a uranium ore meteorite, unfortunately not kind enough to land on the cluster for us. So when we've got some light, we are going to send Forath and Kuz over to harass the cluster. Kuz and Forath to harass the cluster. Do finish biofuel refining. Finally. I think I've started it 3 or 4 times at this point. Get distracted with other things. We are going to try and wake up the mechs. This was recorded quite some time ago, but I believe this was after they patched out using sleeping spots. So much of the cheese now gone. I'm sure there's new cheese, but some cheese gone. So we shall get everyone into place and wake up that little Militor. And then the intention to be to skip Kuz back to the safety of the walls. Unfortunately, didn't keep the door open, so we're having some excitement. A general theme of this episode, you shall see. That's all right. We're able to get everyone in. The Militor's down. And he does have a shield belt. And it looks like the mechs might come attack. Got them beating on the walls. You can see the turret really taking up most of our space to fight. And unfortunately, the mechs rubber band back to their cluster. So they are awake, but not aggravated enough. And you can see Skip does not have a big enough range. Nobody wants to come over close enough, so we will have to reevaluate how we will handle this cluster. Sending everybody back inside for a few. after some thought, we're going to do it better this time, making sure to hold the door open. We're going to risk taking a shot from the turret and Berserk Pulse. And then we shall skip Kaz, who did take a shot. But is now safely back inside. Both doors closed, so we'll let the mechs fight with each other for a few. And again, they start to run away. Unfortunately, that turret covering all the way to our top door. So trying to get up here to get the Lancer. Who unfortunately is going to rubber band back yet again. So let's do this one more time. This time Forath. Get off that Berserk Pulse, hitting a big chunk of them. Skip her back into safety. Let the mechs fight it out. Again, taking a shot, but everyone seems to be all right. And the mechs start to pull up to the top where our crew is waiting for them. Fortunately, some wild misses from the Lancers. Able to get them down. And the Militor. You have a minigunner Centipede who basically has the same range as us, so that's a bit more challenging, but we are gonna just try and kite. Another Lancer down. Get the Flame Centipede down. Actually might be a Charge Blaster. Or no, it is an Inferno Cannon. And that just leaves the minigunner, who you can see its range is basically the same as ours. At an ill-advised moment, forgetting that there was a turret there, intending to have Danny go around. Unfortunately, immediately backfires. We do take a hit from the blaster, but we're able to get it down. And that'll just mean getting our smoke launcher and taking out the turrets. So I decided to go ahead and work on transport pods, and then changed my mind again. And we're gonna go for fabrication so we can make components. Everyone patched up and tended after the excitement. And now it's time to smoke launch. So we will have Haz and a few of our folks go take care of that. We'll have to get inside the range of the low shield, but with the smoke, that will be no problem. Just time consuming. So one shot at a time, we get on over there. We're able to take out the turrets. And after some intense missing, due to the smoke and the barricade, we will eventually get down both turrets. There's one. And the last turret down. So we are now done with smoke. And Sezin and Novo can take out that spewer. Netting us some nice resources, some extra steel. And of course, what we get from shredding down the mechs. And there we go. Couple of components, a little bit of path steel, nothing to sneeze at. We shall take it. And next up, we have finished that EMP, so we are going to send Cuz and who else but Flo off on a brief adventure to caravan over to Flint. And while we get ready for spring, we will give the EMP grenades allying Unia. And dump off some stuff that we've accumulated, some wake up, some clothes, and some weapons. Did debate buying the second horse, but ultimately we have donkeys, we have dromedaries, we really don't need more horses. Next up, and we have 33 manhunting cats, right as Cuz is getting ready to return. So we'll tell her to stop outside. See if Lifter 2 here can get inside quick enough. Go, little bot, go! And in time, both doors closed. And fortunately, the cats don't start beating on it. Unfortunately, we're about to make some poor choices. Did also briefly switch over to gun turrets. And then decided to go ahead and get mortars. We are going to put a gun turret by our... Well, and then we switched to fire foam. I guess we'll see what my thought process was there eventually. But we are going to put a gun turret by the deep drill. So if we get a infestation, we have something to pull aggro. The bugs will of course make short work of it, but it gives us a minute to get people away and get set up. And for some reason, it is now time to go fight the 33 manhunting cats out in the open and not at a choke point. Sometimes I baffle myself. It's also night, so we're not great shots. And Four Eyes is still going through smoke leaf withdrawal. You can see the shots are not very accurate right now. Cats are quickly upon us, not staying split up for long. Our slower members not being able to get away. So thank goodness for Psycasts. However, it doesn't really solve the problem of that there's entirely too many cats upon us. And also the targeting in RimWorld is a bit wonky, as they do not always target the one closest to them. Everyone's just kind of targeting what they want, so it's fine. We'll just fight the cats. We'll just go mono a mono with them. There's no problem here. Nothing really all that life-threatening. We might get an infection, but we do have a lot of medicine. Still not entirely sure what I was thinking, but we all have those moments, I suppose. So as our mostly injured party heads inside, we'll keep our 3 who are not injured out to pick off the stragglers. And that is the last of the feline menace. Doing more work on us than the mechs did. Can be easy to underestimate manhunters sometimes, but it is not done yet, as in the next morning after Cuz is home, we have another mech raid. And it is a breach. Fortunately not a very big one, mostly accompanied by pretty weak mechs. We will send the impids out to Kite. We still have some mobility challenges. You can see that Rove has a stab scar. I think Haz also has a stab scar. So we are slowing down quite a bit despite the speed improvement from genetics. So Rove is gonna have her time to shine, having also become a level 6 Psycaster along the way. But we have not used her all that much, so we are gonna send her out with her Berserk. Which I continually wish had a bigger range, but it just doesn't. Almost there. Just one square off. And there we go. Berserk the termite. And then skip Rove back to safety. Unfortunately, termite down, so now we can just pick off the remaining fairly weak little Militaurs and the Lancers. Who are gonna shoot at our walls instead of us, so we'll take it. Get a nice component drop from one of the mechs. And the breach easily handled. 14 components dropped as well. And because it just hasn't been busy enough, let's have a 2-deep infestation. Fortunately, we have our turret up. So we shall get everyone into place. Fortunately, they take a good minute here to get going, letting us get the kiddos inside. Most importantly, the dog inside. Bots inside, everyone's inside. So they don't all go running in the house. Can't have bugs in the house, that doesn't work. You can see what I mean by targeting. Nobody is targeting the same thing, so let's do a better job of telling them where to target. We'll let Danny take care of the Spelipede. And there we go. 2 bruises. Sad to miss out on Nimbus Stratus, but that's alright. Much better than the cats. And with that, I think we've made it to a good place to end the episode. Thank you so much for joining me today in RimWorld. I hope you're enjoying the return to the series. As always, have a pleasant day, and I'll see you next time.